Hey everyone, good morning. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. It is 20 degrees here and it is cold. Took Peanut out at around 3 o'clock this morning and it was around 13 degrees. I think it's going down to 12 tonight. I would like to opt out of winter already. It's only December. So much for global warming, huh? Not enjoying this cold. Good morning, Fred and Lisa. Yep, it is cold in New Jersey. It is cold in Pennsylvania as well. 20 out, it's 20 out, and it's like a little bit windy here. It's just gross. Two old farts, good morning. Charlie, good morning, says, wish I had taken everyone on a cruise for Christmas instead of having to shop. Amazing idea. I'm here and ready to go. If anybody would like to take me on a cruise, I can't go for Christmas, but I would love to. Eric Maxey, good morning. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Joe Watson, how are you? Good morning. Hope you're having a great day so far. Robin, good morning. So glad I got some mainly coffee to warm up with Christmas. Oh, so glad to hear that. Robin, let me know if you got your package yet. Did you get the package I sent? I think I sent it today, like 2-day shipping. I just want to make sure you get it. Nicole, good morning. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend so far. I had some mainly coffee this morning as well. It is freezing out today. I'm over it. I would like to be on a cruise. AJ's on a cruise 2 weeks from today, which is very good for her. I'm on a cruise 3 weeks from today. So wish that was sooner, but I do like being home for Christmas. And I do like, we got a little bit of snow the other day. I actually wish that would have been on Wednesday. I like this amount of snow where like the grass and the trees are covered, but the streets are not. Jeez. Charlie said, best coffee for hangovers, asking for a friend. It's called a mimosa, Charlie. That's the best coffee. Just kidding. Yeah. It should, yeah, lots of coffee. That's what you need. Robin, okay, it should be there Monday, hopefully Monday. I sent it, yeah, I resent it whenever I told you today. And I shipped out the rest of all the coffee and everything. So all the gifts are out. I'm out. I don't have anything else to send until next year. Well, until next live stream, which is next year. So there you go. Cheryl, good morning. How are you? Thanks so much for your booking. Cheryl called me right after the live stream on Wednesday, and we booked a cruise for Cheryl. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It's awesome. It's a great cruise too. So we got some news. Let's go through some cruise news this morning before I freeze to death here. So first up, this morning, right before our live stream, we hit 9,000. Hopefully it doesn't go back down, but we hit 9,000 subscribers. YouTube's really weird. Sometimes it's like we get 10 subscribers and then I look again and we lose 4 and you're like, what happened? What did I do? Why are people leaving? What happened? What happened? But now we're at 9,000. We're actually at 9,001 right now. So thank you guys so much. It's all of you guys that support us and come to all these live streams, and we really appreciate it. 9,000 is crazy. I know our goal for this year was 10,000, but just to be at 9,000 is incredible. So we really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys very, very, very much. Charlie said, yeah, going to be at 1 million before you know it. If we did, we'd be the first cruise tubers to 1 million. I know Gary Bembridge is up there and Tony. I think Tony's second or third to Matt Hochberg and Emma. Those are the big ones. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Nicole, woohoo. Yeah, that's what I said this morning. I was like watching it feverishly to see if it hit 9,000. It did indeed. It was at 89.99 when I woke up, and then 9,000. So we got this weird story. I'll talk about it only because it's big news. Usually I opt out of these like sad news stories. But this one's really, really weird. This unruly passenger, I know everybody covered it already, so I'll just give our 2 cents on it. I know we talked about it a little bit on Wednesday. This unruly passenger who was kicking the doors, trying to get to the different people, and then happened to pass away like an hour after that. It's really, really crazy and tragic. I have no idea what happened. I know there's a ton of speculation. The family said that the security sedated him. I don't think that's normal practice. I don't know if they're allowed to do that or not. I have no idea, to be honest. But the FBI is looking into it. It's very, very, very sad. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I know people were saying he was drunk. It's just Crazy to think that he had just gotten on the ship like an hour or two before that, and he was that drunk, or unless he got on drunk. But I don't know what happened. That looked more like he was having some type of breakdown or a mental break. But super sad, especially around the holidays. It's awful. So who knows? Very, very crazy. So let's see. Sandy said, good morning, John. Happy Sunday. We watched your Byte Size Travel showing the Christmas lights at Longwood and the downtown lights in Philadelphia. Both were amazing and fun. Yeah, they're amazing. There's so many great things to do in all the different cities. Obviously, I live here, so it's easy for me to video those. But yeah, it was the Longwood Gardens one is spectacular. The only thing was with that too is when we went there, it was like 18 degrees there, and we just dropped to 9,000 subscribers. Went from 9,001 to 9,000. See, happens like in an instant, unless one of you guys is trolling me and unsubscribed. But so yeah, it's really cool to see all the fun things with the lights and everything here. We're going to try to do a few more before the holidays, and we'll show those maybe on the Travels channel. We'll see. But yeah, Longwood is spectacular, and the Philly little Christmas garden thing there, that's really cool too. Fred and Lisa said, congrats. You have a good show. We enjoy it every week. Thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate everybody coming. It's really, really, really nice. Eric, big thumbs up from Eric. Charlie said, that's nice. There's nothing to do in Memphis, which is one reason I'm always trying to travel. Yeah, I get it. Totally. Yeah, it's cool living in, I guess for the holidays, it's cool living in the Northeast because we get a lot of lights and interesting things. If it was a little bit warmer, like 40s, it would be great. 20 is just brutal, especially with the wind. Ugh. Next up, let's get into some happier cruise news. MSC on the Preziosa has built a landing pad for Santa Claus on the little helipad. They made it a little launch and landing pad for Santa Claus, which is super cute and really fun. I love when cruise lines really dig into the holidays and enjoy them. I know everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas. I totally get it, right? If you don't celebrate Christmas, I get it. You don't care about it. But some people do, and I like that they do it for all the holidays. They do it for Thanksgiving. They do it for New Year's. They do it for all the different holidays. So I love that they do it. I love that it's fun. And look, let's be honest. Christmas is not a religious holiday anymore. It's a fun holiday. It's a buy gifts and do things. Nobody even talks about religion anymore. So enjoy the Christmas holiday. Enjoy all the lights and all that. It has nothing to do. You can believe in whatever you want to believe in. Next up, NCL is updating the Bliss and Breakaway. I did a separate video on this alone because I really appreciate that Norwegian has started investing money into newer ships. These aren't old ships. Bliss was built, I think, in 2018. They just did Encore, which was newer. I think Encore was right around the pandemic, 19 or 20. So, and then Joy as well. I like that they're trying to evolve and do things differently. Again, I wish they would work on entertainment a little bit. But I do really, really like the fact that they are investing in the infrastructure and doing things. So the quick news here is I have this up in front of me. So if you haven't seen this yet and you like NCL, what they're doing is they are on Bliss and on Breakaway, they're introducing some new offerings. They're introducing this Horizon Park, which Tara said reminds her of like the Celebrity Top Deck where they have the faux grass up there. It's kind of what it reminds me of too. They're going to have cornhole up there. It's just a better way of using some of the deck space to give more options with really nice loungers, some cabanas up there and different things. And then they are adding on Breakaway and Getaway next to, it's below the theater, like on deck 6 in the front of the ship. They had like a Spiegel tent thing there where they were doing Cirque shows when that ship first came out, which I thought were really great. And then they got rid of those and they started doing just different like Broadway review shows in there, like smaller shows. I wish they would have used that space to do like the Deal or No Deal and stuff, but they don't. It's crazy that they don't. Those things still go in the atrium. But they are turning those into a movie theater. It's going to be called the Silver Screen Bistro. And it's going to be like a movie theater where you can order food from Food Republic, which they don't have on Breakaway, which is really interesting. So I'm guessing that they are going to incorporate that. So they're doing that. The Horizon Park on both ships looks really cool. They're also adding the stadium, which is like a little fun area up on the top of Prima, where they have like little chucking the ping pong balls. I don't know why I can't think of that this morning, but they have that fun little thing there. So I do enjoy that they're doing these fun different things. I just wish that they would invest money into better shows and better entertainment overall and just having a little more of it. Eric said, I think NCL are producing their own shows to avoid licensing fees. Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. I'm sure they're trying to avoid those licensing fees. And I don't even mind the homegrown shows, right? I don't, like when we go on MSC, as much as if you watched any of the vlogs this week, as much as I trashed the production cast, it was the cast that wasn't great, which is, I should be a little more nice about it, but the cast wasn't great. But the shows are good, and I don't mind having a bunch of produced production shows, internal production shows, if you have a production cast. But with NCL, it's like burn the floor and nothing else. And burn the floor, let's be honest. Like that show's been on those ships for so long. I've seen it 20 times. It's on several ships. So I don't mind if they do their own shows. It's just they need a little more variety. Beer pong. Thank you, Charlie. There you go. Couldn't get it out. Couldn't think. My brain's not working yet this morning. So next little bit of cruise news. Galveston's going to have their 4th terminal in. It's going to be in by November of next year, which is very, very exciting. This means they're now going to have 4 cruise lines cruising out of Galveston, which is going to be Carnival, Royal, MSC, and Norwegian. All 4 of those companies are going to be cruising out of Galveston, which is awesome. My only complaint with Galveston, I actually enjoyed going out of Galveston. Going out of there was very nice. I stayed at that little cute hotel that was right at the port there that I could see the ships from. So going out of there was a delightful experience. We actually have clients going out of there today. Going home was a little bit of a nightmare because of the traffic back to Houston. But if you're in that area down there, not that many people live in that area, it's great. It's convenient. It's really convenient for people who live in the South that aren't super close to Florida. So if you're in Louisiana or Alabama or anything like that, there you go. Charlie said, how long before Galveston is the number 1 port? Yeah, it's funny you should say that. It's going to come up later in the stream here. Cheryl said, don't forget to push the like button. Thank you very much. And please subscribe if you're not subscribed before we drop under 9,000 again. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. So yeah, that's that. So next bit of cruise news is Carnival P&O. They announced last year that they were bringing over a couple ships. They're going to rebrand those ships, and they released some information about it. So we have 2 ships coming over. Carnival's going to get the Pacific Adventure and the Pacific Encounter. These are both P&O ships from Australia. They're going to become the Carnival Adventure and the Carnival Encounter. So they brought up what is going to be done on these new ships. So they said you can look forward to these things on both of the ships. The Fun Squad, obviously, they're going to bring the cruise director team. They're going to do all the comedy things. The Turtles Kids Club, new childcare program for kids under 2, which is very nice. Free daily pizza, so unlimited slices of pizza between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. That's a really weird specific time frame for free pizza. And then Carnival favorites, so they're going to have the Build-A-Bear workshop, the 80s and rock and glow parties. Those things are all going to be on there. The P&O favorites that are going to be on there is going to be the Byron Beach Club, the Edge Adventure Park, and the Blanc de Blanc Show. And returning eateries are going to be Luke Mangan's Specialty Restaurant, Luke's Bar and Grill, Angelo's, and Dragon Lady. So they're going to have a little bit of the Carnival in there and a little bit of the P&O in there to kind of bridge it over. So these are going to go undergo a 2-week dry dock in March of 2025. They're going to flip over, get their new designs. Once they're rebranded, Adventure is going to sail year-round from Sydney. And then Carnival Adventure is going to sail year-round from Sydney. Is that what I said? Yeah. And Encounter is going to home port in Brisbane. So there you go. And Carnival Luminosa is already over there in the summer. And Splendor and Encounter will both be in Brisbane as well. So there you go. It's some fun little cruise news there about Carnival and P&O. Next up, Celebrity Ascent has completed its first year in service. Its first cruise was November 23rd of 2023. I couldn't believe that. For some reason, I thought that ship came out in like April. But yeah, it's already done a year. I hear it's beautiful. People seem to love those large edge class ships. They are super, super nice. Tim McNeil, how are you? Good to see you. Hope everything is doing well. Glad we got your, finally got your cruise first certificates squared away last week. Thank God. Next up, so the San Juan large port where Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas docks in San Juan, that port is still closed. This is really getting to be a huge problem, and Royal is getting blamed for it, and they really have there's nothing they can do about it. And people are saying, well, you're not letting people know early enough. They don't know. No, the San Juan is giving them like a week-by-week prognosis. In my opinion, if I was Royal Caribbean, it's a shame because people book to go to San Juan. I love San Juan. It's a great port. But I would just say, look, the next 6 months, we're just going to pull out of there and go somewhere else just so that people stop getting pissed at them. But it stinks. San Juan has put no effort into getting this done early and quickly. So it stinks, and people are really getting mad at Royal about it. So it's a shame, but they can handle it. Edward Clayton, good morning. How are you, sir? I haven't seen you in a few weeks, right? We've been off the ship for a few weeks. It stinks. I wish I was back on a cruise. So really funny story this week. There was a Royal Caribbean passenger who had some type of allergic reaction, and she didn't bring any medicine with her. This is like a good cautionary tale from several different things, right? So when I go on a cruise, I definitely bring like a little. It's one of the probably the things that takes up the most room in my bag because I use a carry-on bag. So I bring a little, an overnight bag with like my toothbrush, my toothpaste, like whatever else, right? Seasickness medication. So I bring meclizine. I bring ginger candies in case my stomach doesn't feel well. I usually bring some type of allergy medicine like Benadryl, or like I have a seasonal allergy, so I bring my little spray, cologne, deodorant, all that stuff. And then I bring Tylenol or Advil and anything else, right? Just a little hodgepodge of things in my bag. Even though you can get a lot of those things on the cruise ship, one of the things you cannot get on a cruise ship is Benadryl. So it's not in the little like dispenser, at least not on this ship. It's not. It might be on like the Oasis class. So she was on Royal Caribbean ship this week. She had a bad allergy, and she wanted to do something about it. So she went down to the medical center, and they were going to charge her $390. Obviously, that's going to include consultation, see what's going on, try to make sure she has the right thing, and then to give her Benadryl. And of course, she went to TikTok to complain about it. But it is a good cautionary tale to make sure you bring some stuff with you, one. Two, make sure you have travel insurance. If you have travel insurance, it's no big deal. You're not going to worry about $390, and you're not going to go online and blast somebody because you have to go to the doctor on board a cruise ship, right? It's not their responsibility to take care of you. If she went to the regular doctor, she would have got charged as well. Obviously, on land, you can go to CVS or whatever and get Benadryl. But you're still guessing that's going to fix the problem, even though it probably is. But so she just powered through it, and it went away. But it is a good little sign to be like, hey, by the way, make sure you have travel insurance. Make sure you bring some stuff with you. It's always better safe than sorry. Tony Diaz, good morning. Hope you are doing well. Good to see you. Hope everybody is doing well out there today. So like Charlie was saying, Galveston is now becoming the third largest port in the country behind Miami and Port Canaveral. So it's good news. Look, it's great for cruising. My big thing this week is I'm watching cruise prices just continue to rise. And people have said to me, well, it's great for you, right? Because you have a travel agency. It's really good. And I will counter that I don't think it's great that cruise prices continue to rise, because a lot of our clients cruise multiple times a year. Like people that love cruising. And this raise in prices in the short term, yeah, maybe it's fine. But like in the long term, this is affecting my ability to cruise. So I do a lot of cruises every year. And we used to do like a decent amount of like trying balconies or maybe trying a suite like the Yacht Club or something. And now I am inside cabin Johnny right now, right? I can't afford to to book all these cruises, and deal with this, right? It's just crazy. The prices continue to go up. The drink packages, which doesn't affect me, but the drink package prices continue to go up. Excursions continue to go up. And there's got to be a point where it stops. And what that point is, I'm not sure, because you're getting a lot of new cruisers, as we're seeing by like behavior issues and different things, right? People just haven't been on cruises before. So at some point, people have to push back a little bit, and we have to figure this out, because we can't continue to go this direct. Look, we all know, if there's one thing we know, is there is no end to greed. The cruise lines are not going to all of a sudden be like, well, we could cap it here, but because we want our loyal people to come back, and no matter how much they tell you they love us and they want us to cruise and they want us to continue the loyalty to Royal or Carnival or whoever it is. Here's the brutal truth of the matter, is if you or I've been on 70 some cruises, 30 some in the past 2 years, almost 3 years, right? So 30 some cruises in the past couple of years. At the end of the day, if somebody else cruises way less than me, but they're willing to pay $10,000, $15,000 a cruise, Royal Caribbean doesn't care if I go on a cruise or not. They don't care at all. They'll take all those new clients that have more money, right? It's just a business and a profit, which is a little bit sad, right? I own a business. I get it. You want to make money, but there's got to be a cliff here soon. So we shall see what happens. Charlie says a cruise price index. What do you mean, Charlie? Like just a listing of all the different cruise prices? Not sure exactly what you mean there. Tony said, good morning. Good morning, Tony. Charlie said, it's just supply and demand. It's the economic law of Unruly. But yeah, it's true. And look, I'm not for regulations. I'm all for this. I'm strictly a capitalist, right? I own a business. I totally get it. And it's unregulated for sure. And it's supply and demand for sure. Totally get it. But this is where you wish we had people who look, and it's a pipe dream, right? I know people don't care. I just know it, right? It's not the way I run my business. My business, and everybody can run businesses the way that they want, right? My thing is to try to make sure that my employees have a good life, that my clients are getting a good price for what they're paying for, right? There should be some of that accountability when you own a business. I'm aware that they don't care about it. They're public companies. They're trying to make as much money for their shareholder. Look, I'm a shareholder in Royal Caribbean. My Royal Caribbean stock's gone up 300% since the pandemic. I don't mind that. I totally get it. But yeah, I don't want regulation. Don't get me wrong. I just, there has to be a point where you say, okay, enough is enough. But that absolutely will not happen. Drive said average cruise cost per passenger. Gotcha. I don't know if there's an index for that. I can see if I can pull numbers like cruise lines, the CLIA, which is the cruise line industry association. They have like numbers for the average for cruising overall, which we were like 20. Obviously 2019 was like the peak. And then 2020, there was nothing. 2021 was super low. 2022 was, still was super reasonable. We did we did Suites and Oasis two months in a row, and it was reasonable. 2023 we jumped, and now 2024 is up, and 2025 is going to be through the roof, the average cost per passenger. But I can see if I can pull that. Bob said, hi, John. I agree with Sandy. I looked at the video on Longwood Gardens. Thanks so much. Yeah, the Longwood Gardens is amazing. If you live anywhere close to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, it's pretty drivable from all those different places. It's like an hour from me. So, and I'm like 2 blocks outside of Philly. So it's really, really beautiful there. It's amazing. Hey, Tara, how are you? Good to see you here for the live this morning. I think we have just a couple more cruise news stories. Actually, just one more. So last cruise news story of the day is Charleston. If you don't know, Charleston has ended their agreement with Carnival where they were home porting out of Galveston. So Charleston has a little bit of an issue. So the kind of person who runs the Charleston Historic District there, and it's like the mayor and the little team that run that, their goal was to eliminate cruising from Charleston. Now, they have older ships going out of Charleston. It's Carnival. I get it. It might not be like the best of all clientele down there, let's say. So they may not love it down there for that reason. So they've made it their goal, like I said, to eliminate cruising. This is a town council. So this puts an interesting prospect in North Charleston. North Charleston is thinking about moving the cruise ship terminal there. And this would be really welcome for that area. So it's not, obviously stopping in downtown Charleston, which is amazing. I love that port. You should get off, you're right in the middle of Charleston. You can do a whole bunch of things. So it'd be a little bit of a drive to get things, but we'll see what happens there in future. But it's nice, again, to see some different ports opening up and giving us different opportunities so that we all don't have to go to Florida all the time, which is really great for everyone. Eric said, I budget $1,000 a month to pay for 3 cruises a year. Once the cost goes over that, I'll reduce the number of cruises. Yeah, that's what's going to happen, right? It's going to hit all of us in that same way. Who knows? Charlie said, we're going to look back at the COVID era. Cruises is the best ever, super low cost of dude, the 50% capacity might be going on Escape. I went on Norwegian Escape in November or December of 2021. And it's, to this day, it's got to be like one of my favorite 2 or 3 cruises that I've ever been on. I stayed in the Haven by myself, which was amazing, for like $2,000, less than $2,000. 50% capacity, especially dining was amazing. Everything was amazing. It's that like little 2-year period or 18-month period. Yeah, you're right. We're going to look back on that and be like, that was the best ever time in cruising. Obviously we don't want another pandemic with this bird flu coming around now. I don't want another pandemic, but I wish the prices would. I don't even again, I'm not down on the prices, right? My whole thing is, I just wish they would level off. The continual rise is really getting alarming. Tony said, to add to Charlie's statement, plus Double Crown and Niagara Points. Yeah, Double Crown and Niagara Points, it was nuts. Also, I have a little PSA for everybody. So when I was on my last MSC cruise, I kind of got scammed. So I figured I would share with everybody. So generally speaking, when I go on an MSC cruise, I will put 100 down on a future cruise, and you get like a small bonus, right? You get like I think it was like a $50 onboard credit, something low, right? It was no big deal, but it doesn't cost, I'm just putting $100 down. And then you can book whatever cruise you wanted to book, and it was good to go. We tried to do that on board. The person that was working the desk, she told us, look, you should not do that. It's silly. You should pick a cruise, put the $100 down on a cruise. You get $150 on board credit for putting that down. You get double Voyager's points, and you can move that cruise to anywhere you want before final payment, shift it around, do whatever you want to do. It doesn't make sense to do it the other way. And we were like, there's no restrictions. She's like, no restrictions. You can move it. You can do whatever you want to do. Cool. So we did that. Then we got home and we moved AJ's cruise, and they gave us a little bit of a hard time about it, but she was moving it. Hers was like in April or something, and she moved it to like June. So we were like, okay, no big deal, but we had to fight for it a little bit. Then I called to change mine, which was in November, to change it to June. And they said, no, you can't move them backwards, and you can only move them forward 3 months. So, and I verified this, which again, I got scammed. And I would like to just cancel it and get my money back because it pissed me off that they lied to me about it. But it's fine. It's not the end of the world for me. But if I was a normal guest that only goes on like 1 cruise a year, and I can only move it 3 months into the future, I'd be livid. And as a travel agent, I'm even more pissed because she knew we were travel agents because we were doing it. And she's like, oh, you're the agent on there too. And we were like, yeah. So it makes me really mad that they just flat out lied or were willfully ignorant about it. Because I asked specifically, are there any kind of like restrictions? And she said no, very clearly no. So just be careful when you do that. Ask a lot of questions, and sometimes you can't win. It's still a great deal. Look, if you have a date in the future, please book while you're on board. It's great. You get additional benefits. It's awesome. But just be careful. Sure does, Tara. Sure does. Michael Hennessy said, hello from South Delaware, wishing you and your staff a Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. Many fun cruises. Thank you so much. You too, Michael. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year, and many fun cruises for you as well. My next cruise is 3 weeks from today, as you can see it over my shoulder there. Carnival Celebration. I will be in Miami on the 11th, and then AJ will be down there and we'll have breakfast together on the 12th. Tara, I will do a video. That's a great idea. It'll give me some content, something to do over the holidays. So give you a heads up for content over the holidays. We still have videos coming out every day. It's what we do. So for the rest of this week, I still have some Maravilia stuff coming out. Specialty dining, I think, is coming up. One more vlog. The vlogs just tank, man. The first day of the vlog is awesome. It always does really well. And then day 2, it drops a little. And then day 3, it drops a little. Everybody's like, just forget about it. Who gives anything about your thing, John? Tara said, don't forget to add the clickbaity caption and pictures. You know what's really funny? Before I talked about content. So YouTube released an update this week and they're cracking down on clickbait. So if you say just for instance, right, if you said, hey, this video is about something bad that happened in the Philippines, and there's not something bad that happened in the Philippines in that video, the video is going to get struck. So they are trying to crack down on clickbait. I'm sure not cruise clickbait. We're not the first ones. They're doing India first. There's a lot of scams, tech scams in India. So they're doing those first. So yeah. Stephen said, do your customers give positive feedback on Norwegian studio cabins with access to the solar lamps? They do. I've done that 5 or 6 times already. That's usually where I stay. I really like it. I don't see a down. Look, the cabins are small. If you are claustrophobic and you need fresh air, or you get stir crazy or whatever, it's not for you. But for me, it's perfect, right? It's actually slightly small for me because I do need a desk, and it's a little difficult to work on the desk. I basically have to sit on the bed to use the desk, and it doesn't allow my whole computer to sit on the desk. But other than that, the studio lounge is very, very nice. And the fact that they take groups of people to dinner and there's coffee and cookies and snacks in there, I really enjoy that. And most of our clients that do it really enjoy it. But yeah, most of the feedback we get is great. Do you have other questions about it, Stephen? Happy to answer questions. I've done it a bunch of times. So the rest of this week, we'll have some more of the Maravilia videos. We have a little Christmas video. I was actually going to do something really funny today. Just don't know if I have time to do it because it would take a long time. But you know how there are all the videos out on the internet, and the ones that have the fireplace in the background and it plays Christmas music and all, which I've been using a lot. I was going to do a cruise one for Christmas and just have it all be ships and ship tours and rooms and excursions and just playing Christmas music. I don't think I have time to do it though. Maybe we'll do that next year. It would be a fun thing to do. Charlie said, best cruise line for holiday cruises, decorations, parties. It's definitely Carnival. They just do so much around the holidays. They have special meals. They all kind of do special meals, but Carnival really does dig into, and obviously Disney. If you like Disney, if you have kids, the Disney Christmas cruises are incredible. But I don't have kids. So for me, it would be, if you're looking to have a really fun, festive holiday season, all the cruise lines are decorated and do fun things. Even MSC was decorating when we were on there, but Carnival for sure on that. And then after Christmas, we'll have a bunch of videos of the rest of the week. We'll do my top shows of the year, top restaurants of the year on cruise ships, top ports, top ships. All of those we'll do. We'll do our favorite cruise tubers in the beginning of January because we do that every year. And then for finishing out the Meraviglia stuff, and then I'm getting on Carnival Celebration. And then AJ will be on MSC Seaside. So we'll get a bunch of content. AJ obviously will be posting most of that on her channel, with the exception of the ship tours, which go on our channel. AJ's channel is doing pretty well. She's up to 51 subscribers, which is awesome. And our travels channel is up to 77 subscribers. Super fun. So thanks, everyone, if you have subscribed to those. Really appreciate it. John L. said, Meraviglia in 2 weeks. Excited for my second MSC cruise. I hope you enjoy it. I hope the weather is warmer than ours. It was freezing for 5 days. But yeah, I hope you have a great cruise. It's going to be great in January because there's not a lot of kids. So it'll be definitely a little quieter, and hopefully it warms up a little bit for you. So it's not freezing out of Brooklyn. So that is our cruise news for today, December 22nd. Merry Christmas, everybody. Whatever you celebrate, if you celebrate Hanukkah, please go enjoy that. Starts on Christmas night as well. Ed said, MSC changed the drink package right if we got off the ship. Is that a bad sign? Yeah, it was all because of us. It wasn't because of me. Maybe because of you guys. Who knows? But it was definitely not because of me. So, yeah, happy holidays, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And obviously, I'll see you all before New Year's after that. So we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Enjoy the time with your family. Once again, thank you guys so much for getting us to 9,000 subscribers. It's incredible. Really, really, really appreciate it. Merry Christmas. I will we'll have like a little Christmas message on Christmas Day. If it's quiet Christmas night, I might jump on for a little live stream. I don't expect anybody to show up, but I might just pop on to say hi to everybody. I'll see you all. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you for the new year. Happy New Year. Bye.